Gilgit Baltistan, nestled in the heart of the Himalayas, is a region of breathtaking beauty. Towering peaks pierce the sky, their snowy summits glistening in the sun. K2, the world's second highest mountain, dominates the skyline, a testament to nature's grandeur. Nanga Parbat, Rakaposhi, and 5 of the world's 14 8,000ers grace this mountainous realm. Emerald green valleys carved by ancient glaciers and fed by the mighty Indus River offer a stark contrast to the rugged peaks. Hunza, Skardu, and Shigar, with their terraced fields and picturesque villages, are havens of tranquility. This is a land where nature reigns supreme, a symphony of snow, rock, and water. But Gilgit Baltistan is not just a feast for the eyes. Beneath its surface lies a wealth of natural resources. Gems, minerals, and rare earth elements lie hidden within its mountains, a treasure trove waiting to be unearthed. The Indus River, the lifeblood of Pakistan, flows through its valleys, its waters essential for irrigation and hydropower. This combination of natural beauty and resource abundance makes Gilgit Baltistan a region of immense strategic and economic importance. However, this beauty and bounty are overshadowed by a long and troubled history. Gilgit Baltistan is a region caught in the throes of a complex geopolitical dispute. Its people denied basic rights and its environment threatened by exploitation. The very resources that should be a source of prosperity for its people have become a source of conflict and controversy. The legal status of Gilgit Baltistan is a tangled web dating back to the partition of British India in 1947. The region's accession to Pakistan shortly after the partition remains contested, with India claiming it as part of the former princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. The United Nations, through a series of resolutions, has called for a plebiscite to determine the will of the people. However, this plebiscite has never been held, leaving Gilgit Baltistan in a state of legal limbo. This unresolved status has had profound implications for the people of Gilgit Baltistan. They lack representation in the Pakistani parliament and have little say in the decisions that affect their lives. They are denied basic rights, including the right to own land and resources. This lack of political and economic autonomy has left them vulnerable to exploitation by powerful external actors. The Pakistani state, while administering the region, has treated it more as a colony than an integral part of the country. Land is declared state property and leased out to corporations and military-backed entities, often without the consent or compensation of local communities. This has created a climate of resentment and fueled a growing movement for self-determination. One of the most egregious examples of land grabbing in Gilgit Baltistan is the case of the Green Tourism Company. This military-backed entity, headed by retired General R. Hassan Hayat, has been accused of illegally acquiring vast tracts of land, including national parkland, for tourism development. The company operates over 48 resorts and properties in the region, often evicting local communities and flouting environmental regulations. The Green Tourism Company, despite its name, has shown little regard for the environment or the livelihoods of local communities. Its construction projects have often damaged fragile ecosystems, and its operations have polluted waterways and disrupted traditional grazing patterns. The company's profits, moreover, are siphoned off to powerful elites in Pakistan, leaving local communities with little to show for the exploitation of their resources. The case of the Green Tourism Company highlights the nexus between the military, corporate interests and land grabbing in Gilgit Baltistan. It is a stark reminder of the lack of accountability and the impunity with which powerful actors operate in the region. Section 4, CPEC, a corridor of discontent. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, or CPEC, a flagship project of China's Belt and Road Initiative, has further exacerbated concerns about land grabbing and resource exploitation in Gilgit Baltistan. The corridor, a network of roads and pipelines, cuts through the heart of the region, covering over 560 kilometers. While touted as a game-changer for the region's economy, CPEC has been marred by controversy. Local communities have complained about the lack of transparency and consultation in the planning and implementation of CPEC projects. Land has been acquired without adequate compensation, and local businesses have been sidelined. Moreover, the environmental impact of CPEC, particularly on the fragile mountain ecosystems, has been a major concern. The construction of roads and infrastructure has led to deforestation, soil erosion, and habitat fragmentation. The influx of workers has strained local resources. The long-term consequences of this massive infrastructure project on the region's environment and the livelihoods of its people remain to be seen. Additionally, the illegal shifting of the dry port from Sost, Gilgit Baltistan to Havilion, KPK, has had a significant economic impact on the region, depriving it of crucial revenue and trade opportunities. Many locals have voiced their grievances about land being acquired for CPEC projects without fair compensation, leaving them without their primary means of livelihood. Section 5. The rush for riches mining and its discontents. Gilgit Baltistan's mineral wealth, long known but largely unexploited, has become another flashpoint in recent years. The Pakistani government, eager to attract foreign investment and boost the country's ailing economy, has attempted to lease out vast tracts of land for mining exploration and extraction. However, the local communities have refused to accept these leases, arguing that the land is disputed and cannot be leased by Pakistan. This has led to a literal gold rush, with companies vying for a share of the region's mineral bounty. However, this rush for riches has come at a cost. Local communities, once again, have been left out of the decision-making process and are bearing the brunt of the environmental and social costs of mining. The use of explosives in mining operations has triggered landslides and polluted water sources. The influx of outside workers has strained local infrastructure and led to social tensions. The Mines and Minerals Bill, recently passed by the Pakistani government, has further stoked fears of exploitation. The bill, which gives the federal government sweeping powers over mineral resources, has been criticized for undermining the rights of local communities and paving the way for large-scale mining by multinational corporations. In the shadows of Gilgit Baltistan's majestic mountains, a more insidious operation is unfolding. According to Ehsan Advocate, chairman of the Awami Action Committee, Gilgit Baltistan, Pakistan has discreetly employed a number of uneducated and unemployed locals in Gilgit Baltistan. These individuals are presented as representatives of the local youth, but in reality, they act as agents of the Pakistani establishment, pushing anti-Gilgit Baltistan narratives under the guise of local support. Their primary role is to create the illusion that the people of Gilgit Baltistan are aligned with Pakistan's interests, masking the real dissent and demands for rights within the region. These proxy youth groups are allegedly complicit with Pakistan's agencies operating covertly to manipulate public opinion and suppress legitimate local movements. Ehsan Advocate claims that while Pakistan condemns actions in the Indian-administered part of Kashmir, it simultaneously executes a strategic campaign of suppression and resource exploitation in Gilgit Baltistan, revealing what he describes as a hypocritical and wicked strategy. The narrative of unity and progress, carefully crafted by these proxy groups, stands in stark contrast to the lived reality of the local communities. The facade of unity is just that, a facade hiding the deep-seated discontent and ongoing struggle for genuine representation and rights in Gilgit Baltistan. As the region continues to grapple with these complex and multifaceted challenges, the voices of the local people grow ever more determined, seeking justice and a future where their lands and lives are respected and valued.